What's up, metalheads? My name's Jamie. This is the Blades and EDC channel. Thank you for being here. And today I have a budget button lock banger for you. And I do not say the word banger lightly. Go talk a little bit more about that in a minute. But first, let's do some specs and size comparisons, and then I'll tell you why. If you need a good knife, you should buy this knife, especially if you like button locks. Because, yeah, more the money, it's hard to argue this one. All right, overall length 7.87 inches, blade length 3.15 inches, handle's 4.72 inches, handle thickness is 0.55, so just over half an inch. Blade stock's 120 thousandths. The weight is 4.3 ounces. It's on cage ceramic ball bearings. It has stainless steel liner, stainless steel pocket clip, and button and hardware. G10 scales. There's only one variation of this knife that I can find. G10 backspacer also. And this is a newer company. This is the XTOUC XTOUC, and the model number SX603, I think, if I remember correctly. Let me verify that real fast. SX603, yes. So, when I did my unboxing, I told you guys they gave me this knife, but I wanted you to know that they didn't cherry pick a knife and give it to me. The way it worked out was I purchased this knife on Amazon myself, and then they reimbursed me the money. So it was a random knife that I got. There was no them cherry picking one and sending it to me, and I really like that. I think that's the best way to do it, honestly. That way you're confident you're getting something, you're reviewing something that your subscribers are going to get something very similar to. You know, I think a lot of companies are cherry picking knives and sending them to some content creators, and then sometimes we buy the knife and it's not what we thought it was going to be, or as good as we thought it was going to be. And it's not the content creators doing anything wrong, you know. I think Beast Blades is the one that always points out, they gave me this knife, they may have cherry picked it, or no, that's Nick Shabazz. He always says that, and I really respect him for doing that. All right, let's do a couple size comparisons. I don't own any button locks other than this one. The closest thing I have to a button lock now is the Spyderco Schmuck. How about the 80-20.5? There we go. It's much closer in size. I don't know, kind of right in the middle of those two knives. It's a full-size knife, but not too heavy. Has great ergos too. I mean, this one shocked me. It really has. Here is the Paramilitary 2 by Spyderco, and here is the Para 3 by Spyderco. Much closer in size to the Paramilitary 2 than it is to the Para 3. How about we do the Vosteed Bellamy? And if you like the Bellamy but you think it's too small for some reason, you really should check out the Labrador, because it's a pocket sword that's every bit as good as the Bellamy, in action anyway, and ergos. So much closer in size to the Bellamy than it is the Labrador. Review coming of the Labrador soon, by the way. How about the Bestech Man Ronin? Similar in size to that knife, very similar in size. And we got to do the ones we always do. We will do the Benchmade Bug Out, and we will do the Penguin. So that should give you a good idea of the size of the knife. It's perfect size for my hand. I gotta say that right off the bat. I like smaller knives, but this one's thicker than a lot of knives I normally carry. But the ergos are really good. They really are good. Back here in the normal grip, fantastic ergonomics. Good jimping right there. Works very well. It's sharp. Gives you good traction. I do feel this pocket clip, but the way they flatten it out, I can just feel it. It's not going to be a hot spot at all. And I've used this all week at work, so it never became a hot spot. Goes in and out of the pocket very well. Unfortunately, it's not lefty friendly, which is very disappointing. With all button locks and axis locks, they should always make it reversible, because, you know, lefties just use their index finger instead of their thumb, right? They can do the same, you know, kind of a missed opportunity in my opinion. With all button locks and axis locks, you should go ahead and make the pocket clip reversible. But honestly, like how it looks better without that being cut out over here. But, you know, it is what it is. The price on this knife on the website is $57, but right now if you buy it, well, when I'm making this video, if you buy it, you can click for 10% off coupon, so you get this knife like $52, something like that, somewhere in that range. 14C 28N blade steel, fantastic action, fantastic. The closest, I've had a lot of button locks here. I don't own anymore because I'm not a big fan of button locks, and all of my Civivi button locks, they all had real bad button stick. The only ones that didn't were the Protect Malibu and the Mordax. Oh, I've got another button lock here too. I forgot all about this one. I need to pull this out because this one is similar in feel as far as the button action goes. What's the name of this one? I forgot. The Palace. The Palace. This is actually going to be in the next knife sale. The Spartan Blade Palace. Actually, this has even got a little bit of button stick. Yeah, this has no button stick. And when you hit that button, it feels good. The springiness to it feels really good. And watch, a lot of button locks, they'll bounce. This thing just catches that blade every time. Every time. The thumb stud action is just as good as the flipper. The reverse flick's just as good as the thumb stud. One thing I do want to point out, one negative, sharpening. You're good. First time you sharpen it, you're going to hit the plunge. But, you know, for me, this is a work knife. I'm going to use the crap out of this knife, so I don't really care about that. It's not a big deal. But, you know, what they could have done, something they could have done here was just continue this out, give you a decent sharpening choil there, and you'd pretty much have a forward finger choil at the same time. And, man, that would feel good in hand because it feels great right there. But I'm on that edge, so I wouldn't be comfortable using it there. Maybe minor little push cuts, that would be it. But, yeah, that could become an issue. One other thing I will point out, the G10 is a little bit slick. It looks like there's some texturing on there, but it's not very much. It's not terrible, but it's a little slicked. It'd be better if it had a little more texturing in the G10, in my opinion. Yeah, this one surprised me, guys. It really surprised me. I'll link it down below if you want to check it out. I want to check out some more of their knives because this is the first knife from this company I've had. And, yeah, it's good. It's gotten me liking a button lock. That should say something. Yeah, just great. That every time. No bounce. Unless I do it really hard, I can make it bounce. But thumb stud placement's good. Ergos are good. Action's fantastic. 14C 28N. What more can you ask for $50, right? Yeah, impressive. I look forward to see what this company does in the future, and yeah, I highly recommend this knife for the price. There's a lot more expensive knives out there that aren't done nearly as well as this one. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all on the next one.